Good day. Today's video will focus on LO1, where we'll target the introduction to supply chain management within an organization. By the end of this video, you'll be able to have a very sound understanding of what is supply chain management, the branches of supply chain management, which can be confused, and the importance of integration in supply chains. So let's look at supply chain management. What is it? What is that terminology? Supply chain management is really an integration of different elements or different aspects of a supply chain. Usually, a supply chain starts with raw material. That raw material is then converted, usually into a finished product. Now, there are supply chains that are not of that nature. In other words, a supply chain don't need to start with raw material. It can start with a finished product. In the center of all of this, you have a supply chain department or a supply chain team that is procuring raw material or finished goods to support the organization, or goods that will be converted into a final product which will be sold on the market. So supply chain managers are the ones responsible for managing that process, mainly buying the raw material or buying the finished goods or the sub-assemblies and following it through to the end user. Supply chain management. Let's look at the different branches of supply chain management, and it will help you with what we just discussed. Now, supply chain management is an umbrella term. It's the main terminology that we often start with. Now, if we break that term down, we will end up with logistics. Logistics has been around a very long time. It has been used by the military many years ago. Now, logistics can be further broken down into two elements: materials management and physical distribution. Now, let's look at the physical distribution side. Physical distribution deals with distribution of the final product. Physical distribution may lead to packaging. It may also lead to customs clearances and choosing the right Incoterm, etc. And then we have materials management. That's where you would find procurement and material requirement planning. So on one side, the materials management side, that's when you deal with the inbound. All right? You have all your strategies and your tools to get your goods or raw materials to come in. But on the physical distribution side, that's when you get your final product out. And remember, this may vary from one organization to the next. Now, logistics is often misconstrued to be only physical distribution, which is not true. Logistics is more than that. It involves materials management as well. All right? Now we go on to the importance of integration in supply chain. Now, the word supply chain management in itself is integration, but I think we need to emphasize that word integration. We have many supply chains existing, but in not all cases we would find integration. How does integration come in now? Integration or supply chain management is really and only supply chain management when you have integration. What promotes integration? Sound relationships with your suppliers. What else? Information technology, such as ERP platforms, enterprise resource planning platforms, particularly Oracle or SAP, and there are many others. These are the strategies that promote integration. So it means that every element of the supply chain is interacting with the other one in real time. We're not operating in silos. A knows what B is doing and vice versa, supporting each other, right? Collaboration along the supply chain. So that's it. Thank you very much.